I'ma pull up to your spot in my drop top, take you out to my spot. I don't understand why you fucking with that guy.
What up? It's your boy, Teo Fuego. And I got Joy Shepperd here. She's great at what she does in the MMA realm, in the combat sport realm. She's done a lot, especially outside. You want to go ahead and give yourself a little introduction real quick to the world, what you do?
Hi, my name is Joy Shepperd. I am an MMA fighter. I've been training and competing for 8 years now. I'm a 3-time national and world MMA youth champion for IMAF.
Sheesh, the Navajo Ninja. Ivan, give yourself the shout out, my brother.
What is up? My name is Ivan. I'm just a coach, and I love combat sports, and I love CTE.
Words of Ray Ray. Your famous words of Ray Ray. I love CTE.
Quote
That's
it.
crazy.
Put it on a shirt.
So you being a youth champ, that's wild. And 3 years back to back.
Yes, 3 years, 2022, 23, and 24.
How does that feel?
I think, like, just in general, it feels very, in the moment, it was amazing. It's nothing like I've ever, like, all these countries and all the kids are coming in from everywhere, all over the world, and competing with the best of my age and my weight class is nothing like I've ever felt before. And now it's a different story, and I have this, like, it's nice. It's very surreal in the moment, and then after, it's like all that work just paid off. Always. All
that work in the gym and everything. I always feel, I think that's one of the beautiful things of sport. I think we always talk about it. We mentioned it a couple of times before. You get what you put into the sport type thing, you know?
Yes.
And you've gone to, like, the pinnacle type thing, you know what I mean? And you just recently entered into the adult realm of doing MMA, and having your first fight at the Civic Center. I bet that was pretty fucking baller. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But like.
Yes, I loved it. I loved it having my debut as an amateur fighter, as an adult now, in my hometown, surrounded by people I love and know how hard I work. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. But it was really nice, and I very thankful I got the opportunity to have it here. Yeah,
that was sick. I bet that was pretty dope. What was it like for you? Because Mateo kind of talked about his experience being in the cage, and what was it like for you walking out? You know, did you see yourself on screen when you were walking out? Whenever you were just like locked in, just got to get this job done.
It just like walking out and getting that feeling all over again. It was just like walking out at Worlds. Yeah. I had the same feeling, the same type of stuff. I've been it was no different than walking out at Worlds. Like, I've had to go through that process many times. Yeah. And I think my nerves, I always have nerves when I fight and stuff like that. But I think in that moment, I just realized how many people believe in me. Yeah. And how much I have supporters out there. And I'm so thankful. And it just made me so happy a lot more than I did, like, ever. Oh, I bet. That's dope. Competing?
It's got to be an interesting feeling for sure.
Yeah. I bet. Going to Worlds, like, what was that like? What's the process on that? What was, like, the journey on that? You said you started off with karate?
Oh, yes. I started off in karate. So my mom was, she's the one that got me started, actually.
Shout out, Mama.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. She's the one that made me go. I remember she was doing fitness stuff, and she made me go to this gym, and I remember crying like the first couple times because I did not want to go.
You're like, oh no, I'm not going.
That was it, and it was right after my birthday, and I was like, this is not fair. I don't want to do it.
Shit, Mama.
I was like, it's like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Keep digging. That's what we did. I trained.
Keep digging.
I trained for about 3 weeks, and then I started in jiu-jitsu, and I competed my first time training 2 weeks in jiu-jitsu and 3 weeks into karate.
Damn.
Wow. That's very quick turnaround.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. I promise you, I don't recommend doing that. No. But I did not bad, but I just remember hating the feeling of losing. Oh. So that's why kept pushing.
Damn.
Yeah, and then ever since, it's been everything after that: kickboxing, MMA, wrestling.
Just all tied in together.
All tied in together after time.
That's wild. Shout out to your mama, though, for sure.
Yeah,
that's
my
crazy.
mom. Yeah, it's all thanks to my mom.
Yeah, that's crazy. She got you locked in for sure. That's always dope. Having that kind of support,
yes,
it's good. goes a long way.
Yes.
So
It
what would
is.
you say, like, what has been the biggest lesson that you've learned from combat sports?
My biggest lesson, I feel like there's not one big lesson, but I feel being you have to be humble all the time.
Oh,
You
that's
have
a good
to-
one.
Like I
Remember
feel like
that.
it's in every
Yeah.
sport though. Like yeah, there's only so much you can learn from like different sports, but like MMA and jiu-jitsu and everything else is a never ending learning sport. It's always growing.
That is true.
And it's grown a lot over the past 10 years. I feel like
Oh,
you
man.
just have to be a sponge. And I feel like having good discernment, being humble and having good discernment I feel like is one of my biggest lessons.
Yeah.
And always being a sponge and learning when to keep your mouth shut and listen.
Damn.
Dang.
That's
I could.
pretty-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's A1. I think.
Sports will definitely humble you.
Yeah, that is facts. It is,
You get caught with a left hook because you decided to keep your hand
Yeah.
down, or
Yeah.
you decided to slip into a head kick. You know,
It happens.
it happens.
you get tapped out. You know, that fucking
Mhm.
happens. You know what I mean? But I think that's crazy when you said discernment. I think that's true. Having the discernment is a
It's a
good
big
thing.
word for Elmo.
Yeah, yeah. He said, I'm struggling here. But that's dope. I think having that ability to be able to do that and navigate through the sport and having that kind of mentality too of being able to constantly learn is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that just would take you a lot longer or
Mhm.
a lot further and than not having it. You know what I mean? And it's kind
Yeah.
of one of those needed things. I felt like if you're gonna want to go far in the sport, like you said, like being humble. I think that's a big one. I don't really think I've heard that a lot.
Mhm.
And being humble is definitely
Yeah.
something. What were like your motivations to be able to like just I want to be the best at what I'm doing? You know.
After I think like for the longest time, I can't remember what year it was, but I remember training for at least a year, if not shorter than that. I just hated losing. At first, I just hated losing. I was a little girl and I hated losing.
That's fair.
And after that, I saw Shannon, my coach Shannon, and
Shout out
my
Shannon.
first karate instructor, Danielle. They both competed in the Sonda selection for the Olympics one year, and they both made it. So they went to Russia, and I remember watching them when they'd have the selection. They have it here in Lubbock at the Civic Center too.
What?
So I think, how old was I, Mom? I was 10. Yeah, exactly. A little less than a year. I was training, and I saw them fight and everything, and that's when I knew I wanted to do that.
Dang.
When I saw my coaches, my first two coaches ever compete in kickboxing, I was like, I want to do
She's
that.
like that looks
It was
sick.
it was Sonda, and I
Sonda's
just
so dope.
remember falling in love with it after that.
You're like, I want to learn. I want to get to that level.
Mhm.
That's usually how it starts. I think that's pretty dope, honestly, too. It's funny, full circle moment, how we're talking. We had a couple episodes earlier. We were talking about you never know what you're doing and who it might motivate. You know what I'm saying? So like, two coaches probably, another day they're training, and of course they're being coaches, good coaches type thing. You know what I'm saying? But like to be able to have that kind of impact on someone's life, to be to go and chase something is dope.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool that Coach Shannon had that kind of impact on you to be able to be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be one of the GOATs.
Yeah, her and Danielle really made it stuck with me after I saw them compete, and I just never looked back.
Never look back.
No, I tried basketball once when I was 10. I gave that up, and that was it. I never tried any other sport.
That's crazy. She's like, no, I don't know about that.
Anything with the ball? Nah.
No. That's funny. Yeah, I started off with soccer and then boxing. Then my mom was like, all right, we're going to put you into boxing. I was like,
That's good.
all right, let's do it.
I played baseball, football. Never played basketball.
Oh, dude, I was
Yeah.
okay at basketball. I could dunk.
You can dunk?
I can dunk.
I'm gonna have to see that.
We're gonna have to.
She's like, I'm
put
gonna
that
hold
to
you
the-
to that. Hold up, man. I got a mean dunk. I ain't gonna lie.
Good thing this is recorded,
Yeah,
as we know.
what's your wingspan like? That's got to be.
You know what? It's a little
I
long.
feel like you got some long arms.
Yeah,
Spider monkey.
You
Up
do.
there.
Yeah,
When we spar, you do.
that's fair. That's fair.
It's so frustrating sometimes.
She's
I'm
like,
not gonna lie.
Hard
I
to, get,
can't.
hard to get in.
just stick out the jab, bro.
Yes.
Just all the time. The jab is my best friend. No, yeah, spider monkey, bro. Long as hell.
Mhm.
No, I feel that. What was it like? So what do you feel like was the coolest experience for you? Like as far as like being able to compete, what were the coolest spots you've been to or like experiences you had?
Oh my gosh. If you ever get the chance, you need to go to Abu Dhabi and London.
We gotta
get that casual.
She's like, hey, casually.
You have to go to UAE. It is like, there's like parts that is more like towards adults, and then there's parts where it's like more family friendly. But overall, it's just a great place to take a vacation at.
I bet.
And it wasn't a vacation for me, but I still had fun.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a one-of-a-kind experience.
Yes, it is absolutely stunning out there, and all the architecture, and I can't speak. The food. Food never disappointed.
I bet, bro.
Never.
Man, I'm a sucker for food.
You want to take a trip next year?
Dude, I'm down. I'm down.
You
to go to
guys should.
UAE.
You guys should do a trip to London, because just walking around in London, downtown
It's worth
London,
it.
is amazing.
See, I was talking about going to me and my homeboy was talking about going to Turkey. I think not Turkey. Was it? I think no, it was. I think Greece or Turkey, one of the two. But our flight goes through London, and we could stay there for like a couple of days because like our layover's a little long. And I was like, I don't know, like kind of just a random diversion, but like cool. But hey, you saying it's dope. I might check it out. Like, I think it's pretty sick.
We stayed downtown. We went to a little market. We went to a pub. I like walking around and looking at places, and we saw Big Ben, and then we saw
That's sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
And we saw one of the palaces.
What?
And it's
Whoa.
so nice.
That's wild.
And we went on this big old like
That's crazy.
Like the Ferris wheel?
The Ferris wheel, the thing
Yeah,
that they have.
that's
like
what they
what
call
do
it,
they
yeah.
call it? I mean, I don't know what the exact
There's
term.
like a name for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
don't
They have
like-
like the little eggshell looking little pots thing. They like, ooh.
Yes, I was sick. I'm afraid of heights. So I was in the middle of that little. They have a little seat, about this big. It's like right there, and I just sat there the whole
She's like,
time.
I'm not looking out.
Yeah, this is what I did. I just sat
Isn't, like,
there the whole
It
time.
oversees like the skyline of like the city, right? And then there's like a little ocean or like lake or something behind it
Yes.
too, right? Oh, geez. Yeah, I'd be scared too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
could see the whole city even further.
Wow.
I couldn't
Wow. She's like, no, not me, not me.
No, but I had to because I was only with my mom and Shannon, so I could
Damn.
not stay down there by myself.
I bet that was really cool.
Yes.
To go to UAE and London, to be 17 and compete World Series and go to these places, I think that's like a one in a lifetime experience. And I think
Yes.
that you really, God's got you, man. You going far. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. The UAE. So when you were there, what was that like too? Was it crazy?
Oh, UAE is Dubai is a bit expensive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I bet.
But like
Yeah, I bet.
Dubai is Lubbock and Amarillo is Abu Dhabi. It's
Oh,
just
wow.
an hour apart. There's literally a big city,
Dang.
and then there's desert in between it, and then Abu Dhabi, and
That's
then another
crazy.
city.
I would definitely be having a good time
Yeah.
over there. And
Just like me personally, I would stay in Abu Dhabi and then commute to Dubai for like the day, and then go back because it's so expensive, but
Yeah.
it's so worth it because just like I love it. I want to go back just for fun.
She's like, you
Yeah.
know what? Yeah, I bet it sounds like a really good time. I've
Yes.
I've looked into a couple of like little trips, whatever. Just I want to check it out. I've always thought going there would be cool. The UAE sounds cool. I like the culture. I think the culture there is cool. Like the way they, I guess, like have respect for each other, kind of thing. It's kind of cool. But the food,
The food
that's
never
what I just wanna
disappointed,
I really want
ever.
to see how they're eating because I bet they're eating good.
They do be eating good.
Lamb
Oh
chops.
my gosh.
Lamb chops.
Lamb chops.
I want lamb chops and a lamb,
encrusted in
bro.
gold. Yeah.
Last year, for 2024, we had a Lebanese. We had a paid little tour of Dubai from the Prince of Saudi Arabia.
That's
Paid for, paid for a little
Damn.
tour of
Royalty.
Dubai. If we got there early enough, we did, and we had Lebanese lunch, and they had oh my gosh, the food was amazing. And it was by the Burj Khalifa. It was on the main floor of the Burj Khalifa where all the restaurants are. And that's where we ate at this Lebanese restaurant. Oh my gosh.
So
It felt like
I've never
home.
had like Mediterranean food. What exactly is the food like?
Mediterranean
Top
food.
tier.
That's a good question.
It's like
I just know what Lebanese and Arabic food, and I know the difference. I'm not sure about Mediterranean food.
Or sorry, what is Lebanese? What is it? So that's what I was trying to.
he said, my fault.
My bad.
Culture
They
appropriation.
had baby cows.
Ooh.
So I'm Native American, so I know what meats are, and so they had lamb, and then they had meat from baby cow, because the baby cows are not like super they're not fully developed yet, so they have really soft meat. And they had that, and they had it cooked and seared in this wonderful sauce. I don't even know what it was.
So they were just cooking.
They were just cooking everything. And then they also, I don't know what they call it, but they had these leaves and they had meat wrapped in it. And it's like a sour, sweet, tangy taste. Ugh, that is my favorite.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
And then they had lamb. They had all sorts of stuff. And they were just feeding us nonstop. I had to make weight. So I had like one bite of everything.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know. But
that's
I
gotta be
still
tough.
had a good meal.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You're like, you know what, like a little bit of that, a little bit of that.
Have a bite of this, a bite of that, a bite of this.
Like maybe a little dip
Man,
of
a
that.
baby cow.
Dude, yeah.
I can't lie. I think I'd feel
They
bad.
call it what, marsala. They call
Nah.
it.
No,
it
you won't
tasted
feel
too good.
bad.
Yeah, no, bro. It's different. I don't know why. Like, it's like a softer kind of. It's kind of, yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's
just like
really
a
soft and really rich in flavor
Yeah. So-
because of they're just not fully developed yet, and their muscle mass isn't as.
That would make me feel so bad, though. I'm thinking about this little
We're-
baby cow.
well, like coming from like a ranching heritage
Yeah,
and all that, you raise them and you eat them.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's
If you
understandable.
don't, you starve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fair. We when I grew so early upbringing, I was my great grandparents on my dad's side. They had a little farm, and so they always made me go out, whatever. They wanted me to race horses, and I was like, I'm not. I raced one time, and that was it. I was like, I'm not racing horses.
no, yeah.
I was like, that's not my cup of tea. They really wanted me to, but I was like, mm-mm.
You're
Yeah.
light enough for it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was light enough for it for sure. But I was like, hey,
They looked at you and they're like, "Yeah, he's
You're
a buck
perfect.
15.
You were perfect
buck 15,
jockey.
soaking
Yeah.
wet. Get on that
She's
horse."
like, get on it, and I was like, man, I did it, you know, just because they had
You
like
tried
what,
it, yeah.
Yeah, they had like what 3-4 horses. So, you know, I was chilling, and then they had like chickens and stuff. But yeah, it was weird. Like, you know, sometimes they would cook the chickens or whatever. So it's cool seeing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit of that though. So like you fight, you do, yeah, that's really dope. But
Mhm.
also outside that, you work on giving back and kind of giving like impact in your community type thing, which is pretty dope. So like you public speak, right? You do some public speaking.
Yes, I'm a motivational speaker for young adults like me, if not younger.
Mm-hmm.
My main focus was going to Native American communities, like back home, like my reservation.
Yeah.
I went to the Ho-Chunk tribe over in Wisconsin, and other little communities around here and in New Mexico and Arizona and California that I'm going to be hopefully getting able to speak at certain tribes and stuff because as a group, as a ethnicity, we are the most murdered, raped, domestic violence, everything, all above.
All the whole shebang.
It's Native Americans, African Americans, Mexicans, and then everybody else is after that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a crazy stat.
Yes. Yes, it is a very crazy stat. That's why it's a MMIW. Like, there's awareness and stuff like that. You can march and stuff like that. But what I really want to do is like make a difference. Start before it happens. Like
That's dope. Preventative type thing.
Yeah, that's what we want to do, and that's what bringing, like, teaching them self-defense, talking to them about our mind and how to grow it, and there's endless opportunities, and it's hard going back home and seeing missing people posters every single time, whether that be young men or boys or girls or old women even.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking sometimes because those are people I used to know, or if not, people that I'm related to that I don't know.
Damn.
So
Wow.
it's just that's something that I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, just more preventive work than awareness,
Right.
because there's not much that can be done after besides growing than after the fact.
Yeah, that's true.
If that makes sense.
I think that's really good that for sure. Preventative care is the best care. You know, you always hear doctors say that, whatever. So I think that's cool that having that first line of defense is always good, especially
Yeah.
for younger women and indigenous women. My grandpa, you know, he's my great grandpa. He comes from a tribe and stuff like that. So
That's
nothing but
cool.
respect, you know what I mean? And so like I think that's dope that you're really out here trying to make a difference and like really have like a heart for your community type shit. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It's amazing work.
Yeah, like no joke. That goes a long way. And I think that ties into, you know, how we were talking earlier. Like, you never, like, what you're doing is going to spark a light into somebody when, you know what I'm saying? And like, they're going to be able to preach about like, shit, Joy, help me out through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, wherever that interaction happens, you know what I'm saying, is like, that's dope. Like, you know, how he was saying he's a coach, whatever, like years down the line, there's good kids that he's teaching right now that are going to be like, yeah, I remember Coach Ivan, woo, 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 yada, yada, type, same thing. You know what I mean? They're going to look at it years down the line and be like, dang, like, you really actually helped out, made a difference in someone's life.
Yeah.
So,
That's like one of the biggest things outside of fighting and being the best that I can is giving back, not just in a way of like materialistic, but giving back of knowledge and my mindset, a strong mindset, and having
Wisdom
good
is
mentality
everything.
and good mental health is always the best thing you can do for yourself.
oh, yeah.
If you're not strong in your mind, then your body will follow.
Oh, dang.
Quote that.
Quote that. Oh, I'm going to have to clip that. That was hard.
Having a good mindset and a good view on things and having a sound mind is always good because we worked a lot on growing our mind, like visualizing. You hear people say it all the time. You visualize and
yeah.
it'll become true.
Facts.
It's just like how we do clinch work. You move the head, your body follows.
Right.
Just the same thing.
Damn. Amen.
It's
to
the same
that.
concept. And the same thing goes for like what you reap what you sow. So if you sow something bad, you reap it. Or
That's
if you
facts.
plant a bad seed, you're not going to get good fruit.
That's true.
Or if you plant it with bad intentions, it'll
Doesn't
come back.
Yeah, 110%. And I mean, I'm a religious dude, and from what I've learned and experienced or whatever, it talks about it. God talks about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having a sound mind, being fruit. You know, having good fruits is important, like you said, because like, yeah, you could do good things, but if your intentions aren't right, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
no bueno. Same thing with the mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy you're talking about visual. Mateo talked about that. I talked
Yeah.
a little bit with Derek Campos. He was talking about, I met him Saturday. We're doing some work over there. Yeah, you walked in. Yeah, you were there. You just walked in to say what's up. I think you dropped off burritos or something like that. Or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Yeah, she's like, I know what you're talking about. And she
So
don't-
I
like,
don't know.
piggybacking off of what you were saying about visualization, what do you see yourself doing like with that work and fighting like within the
Yeah.
next 5 years?
I visualize myself the next 5 years to be, have a good professional record and also being either called to the Contender Series or being called to a contract with the UFC. So for all that to happen, I have to visualize myself and figure out a plan to get there. Like also with visualizing, going 2 and 2 together is also making a plan, being proactive about it.
Yeah.
Because if you visualize yourself, yes, you're going to get there eventually, but how long will that take?
110%.
How long will that take? How much hard work do you have to do over and over again? If you don't have a plan, then you're
screwed.
kind of running like a headless chicken.
Facts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a dream without goals is just a dream.
yep, exactly.
You know, like
A
if you-
dream without smaller goals is
It's just a
it's
dream.
just like a ladder.
Yeah, you're never gonna get to that point because it's like you said, you're just too busy chasing so many things instead of narrowing down on what it is
Yeah.
you see
You
and
have to-
visualize.
You have to figure out what you want in the next year. All those little goals, like I want to have at least to win my next 3 fights. I have to visualize that, and I have to visualize my opponent and how I'm going to get there. I have to visualize all these little things, and not just visualize, but I also have to make a plan of how to get there.
How to get there? 110%.
Yeah, the plan doesn't always go like word for word, but
No.
I'll have an idea of what to do and what not to do.
That's fair.
And I've done this long enough that always having a plan is the best thing to do, and being proactive about what you want is always the same. Because if you just have a goal and you tell everybody about it and you don't do shit about it, then what is that?
What is it?
You
It's
just
just
talk.
talk.
Writing.
It's just talk.
Writing on the
it's
whiteboard.
just-
That's all it is talk.
It's just as writing in the sand. That's all it
Mhm.
is. That's facts. I think having a goal and being able to really visualize, execute is a big thing. Because, like, you know, another thing is, too, is, like, I think people have a lot of, maybe not say doubters, but I think people tend to take what others say to heart or yada, yada. But I think it's like, when, you know, God gave you that vision and you just got to figure out a way to execute. You feel me?
Yeah,
And
and
so, like-
that's a big part too. Is God is a big part. I always put God before everything. So
Yeah.
like praying about it, having good discernment about it, talking to my parents about it, because I barely turned 18, obviously.
Yeah.
So having people in my life that want what's best for me, and I know them, obviously, since before I was born. So those are the best people I'm going to talk to about it and pray about it. And I think that's always been the best thing is having good faith. And like I said, good discernment.
Good discernment carries a long way. I think praying for discernment is like a good thing. I had to, because man, people nowadays is crazy, just the way things are.
Tell me
nowadays,
about it.
And so having the ability to be able to navigate through it and just, like you said, being able to have that close net of people and rely on your faith to carry you forward is a big thing. Because you can't do anything without God. Like, sure, you can try to act like,
You're like you can act like you're the end all and be all, but doesn't mean crap if you lose it all one day because of everything came back.
Yeah, exactly. Shortcomings are shortcomings, and I definitely think keeping God close is a big thing. I've had to over the years. I've definitely grown in faith, and I think that prayer and anything, if you keep Him close in anything you do, like He will make a way. And it's through the impossible. When you think the impossible's it's not gonna happen, He'll make a way.
Yeah, everything is because of Him, and everything is for Him. So that's my motto every time I pray before I get in the cage. So,
amen.
Yep.
Amen.
And then it's always worked for me, and not just work, but having faith that He has my back no matter what, and everything happens for a reason.
Oh yeah, everything. I think that too. I think every interaction, everything happens for. And the other day someone told me they're like, not everything bad that happens is God's will, but everything that happens has God's will in it. And
that's it.
Yeah. And I was like, damn.
That's why everything happens for a reason.
110%. And I was like, that's crazy. And it's true though. You know what I mean? Because you can't. God don't even control what people are gonna do. He don't interfere with free will or whoop whoop whoop. So it's just one of them things.
Yep. And that's all. Everything that I have now is because of Him, and everything that I've accomplished is because of Him, and everything. And I always give credit to Him. Everything. Literally, I would have nothing.
That's fair. I agree with that. I think that was dope. I think it's cool having faith like that, being as young as you are and being able to work at the pinnacle of how you have and having the mindset you do. I think is going to carry you a long way. Yeah. I think that's pretty dope. That's pretty sick. So like, when you do these like events and like the public speaking, do you said you do self-defense, like you teach them self-defense and stuff?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It just depends on like what kind of speaking we're doing. If it's more of an interactive one, then we do self-defense. But if not, if it's more of like a mental health thing or what their focus is what we cater to. And we do, everything's the same, mindset or self-defense. We put both together or just mindset. But that's for the most part, we just, a lot of preventive work, having a mindset. I'm always keep on saying that. Being like taking care of yourself, whether that be physically or mentally, because they always go 2 and 2 together. If one fails, the other goes. If the other goes, the other one fails.
Facts. You can't have your mind out of whack because your body will be out of whack. If your body's out of whack, your mind's gonna be out of whack type thing. Gotta take care of both type thing. That's crazy. I think that's pretty dope. So like, typically I'd be doing like a little music segment or whatever. And like I just ask people what's your playlist? What do you be bumping whenever you're working out?
Let me ask you this. What did you walk out to this past weekend?
So one of my sponsors, he's an artist out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's San Carlos Apache and Navajo like I am.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And let me go get it.
Oh, shout out, bro.
Yeah, Cheyenne Taylor.
Okay.
He's a really good friend of ours and a good sponsor.
She's like, I got you 1 second.
I got it.
Typing. That's cool though.
Yeah, I walked out to that song because he's also native, so it was just like a
easy, like really cool.
Yes, and just on top of that, it just felt like just certain things like that to me felt like I was home.
That's cool.
Like more at home.
That's
with
good.
Family right behind me, and it's a comfort feeling really, and that just helped me throughout my fight. That's what I walked out to, and it's a good song. I love it.
Yeah, it's fire. It is. Well, shit. I thought it sounded pretty epic. It sounded cinematic, triumphant. I feel like you could say. But yeah, it's good for a fighter to walk out. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, hey, I dope. That's dope. That's dope. And so you walked out to that. And what you guys were listening to? What do you listen to usually? Top 3.
Well, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but mainly my playlist consists of the Mexican OT, a lot of Mexican music, a lot of Mexican Latin music, and a lot of old 90s, so like Ludacris, 50 Cent.
That's fire.
That's 2000.
Yeah.
2000s, but like there's a lot.
Bro.
There's other ones. I can't think.
I
have
do feel
everybody
she
on
said-
there.
She said 90. Oh, damn. Punk status. Goddamn.
A lot of oh my gosh, I can't think of his name.
She got one blank.
There's Biggie, Tupac, Boys in the Hood.
She's like, I'm thinking.
Backstreet Boys, not Backstreet Boys. That's not my jam. Sorry. I just couldn't think of it. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
A lot of that.
That's cool.
Thanks to my parents, though.
Yeah,
My
no,
my
good
parents-
taste in music. Yeah,
Great taste.
Yeah,
A1.
and then a little bit of new stuff here and there.
Yeah, that's fire. Mexican OT is cool. I really like it. Mexican OT. He's a cool dude. I don't know what it is about listening to Mexican music when you're working out, but
It just gets me in that flow and that
Yeah,
beat, and
I
I'm
don't
like
know.
ready to punch somebody.
yeah, I don't know what it is. Your footwork becomes great. Your just head movements on
You're
point.
just like jamming
yeah,
to it.
you
Yep.
jigging. I'm just like,
Mhm.
ooh. Yeah, I'll be doing that. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be pulling up late nights sometimes. And I'll just be like bumping it.
So like I read something the other day that's like you got to put something with a high BPM.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know about that. So I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
blasting.
That's what's
dubstep.
gonna because it's like a psychological thing.
Okay, that
Oh,
makes
I don't know
sense.
how
that
true
makes
it is, but-
sense, honestly.
Nah, yeah.
And a lot of Easy E. Yeah.
Shout out Easy.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in power.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I grew up listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony. My uncle, I think, he put me onto them.
Really?
Yeah, First of the Month was like the first song I ever heard from
Mm-hmm.
them.
I saw them in Lubbock whenever they came.
Oh, you lucky
Yeah,
son
I
of a
know.
gun.
That's cool. Damn, I wish I would.
It was a fire show for how like I mean they are kind of older.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting up there in age, but like they still put on a fire show.
Okay, yo,
Yeah.
they're good. They're good. No, that's fire. I ran sound when Ice Cube and them came out. They had like
Really?
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh,
Didn't you
Ice
like
Cube.
Crip Walk?
Yeah, yeah, he did, bro. When Snoop Dogg came, he did. Snoop Dogg came. It was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I did Blake. Oh yeah, I dabbled in. Well, yeah, I did Blake Shelton's when he came too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, bro.
Who was it? The heck is his name? I served a big like country artist one time when I was working at a restaurant. I had no idea who the hell he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Is it?
Morgan Wallen. No, just like
He played at like the Spirit Arena or the the
Garth
USA.
Brooks. Talking about Garth Brooks?
No, it was another one. Jason out. No.
Mm-mm. You
It'll
would
come
know
to me.
Jason Aldean.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Was it Bailey Zimmerman?
No. I just remember he was like, "Yeah, I'm playing tonight at the United," and I was like, "Oh, really?" And I looked it up, and I was like, "He's headlining." I was like, "Oh, my fault."
You're like,
I had
bro,
no
my
idea.
fault. I bet he appreciated that interaction though.
I love country music too when I'm
Yeah?
driving.
Same. I can
Mm.
bump some good country music. I like country music from time to time.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to a lot of that, like R&B, like 90s R&B, like Alicia Keys, fucking shout out my mom, TLC. Yeah, all of them really. Easy, True.
A little bit of SPM.
SPM, actually, yeah, SPM was
Mm.
big. Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah,
SPM Zero.
Zero.
Paul
Zero's
Wall.
dope. Yeah, shout out Paul Wall. It's cool. So like I do like a lot of like audio gigs. I run like live sound type thing. So I get to sometimes go to these like to see some cool concerts from time to time. So
That's cool.
a lot of the country concerts here, my buddies get to run. So when Bailey Zimmerman was here, that was a really cool one. But yeah, I like country music. I like the country music.
Yeah.
It's cool. It grew on me though. I used to not really be a big fan.
Me too, but I really love 90s country.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
just the
hits.
woman genre country music. Ugh, I love jamming out to that stuff.
Crazy fun fact.
My mom.
So do you know the Dixie Chicks? Do you know the Dixie
Yes.
Chicks? So my professor in college, I went to school for music, and he actually taught all 3 Dixie Chicks.
Are you serious?
All 3 of them went. Yeah, so
He taught them like music, or he taught them just like
no
in general?
music. Yeah, no, he taught them like
They
music
went to
That's
college for
crazy.
music?
Yeah, music theory, composition,
gosh.
like
That's
the whole
wild.
shebang.
Wow.
Ed, shout out Ed Marsh, bro. He was one of the best professors I swear to God I ever had. Like,
That's amazing.
yeah, he taught a lot of cool
Lucky.
people. Yeah,
cool.
It's cool to hear about the Dixie Chicks actually too. Yeah, because I didn't know about that. When
I
first came out
I
here,
think we're calling them the wrong name. I think it's just the Chicks now.
the Dixie. Oh yeah, just the Chicks.
I think they took
Just-
the Dixie out of the
Oh
name.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, the Chicks. It's just
The
the
Chicks.
Chicks.
Just
Yeah.
the Chicks.
My bad.
The Chicks. Yeah, my fault. Correction. Yeah, no, for real. It's cool. And there's this other guy too from here. I didn't know. His name's like Ron Block, and he has like fucking 13 Grammys or something.
Yo,
Yeah. Wow. Not even nominated. One straight 13. He's from Levelland. Wow.
That's crazy. I
Big
know
ol'
there's a
city.
lot of artists around here. I just,
Yeah. No, it baffles me sometimes. Well, because I got into touch with like some of like the tech sorority kids, and
Yeah.
then I was getting Velvet Taco, and they just called somebody that had the same name, and then we just ended up talking. And they told me how like T Grizzly, woo woo woo, Lil Baby's been here, like all these crazy names, and I was like, what the, like, what?
yeah, people are always passing through here, and I have no idea.
Yeah, same.
I'll see it like the next 2 weeks in like my news feed or like on
Yeah.
some Instagram reel
Yeah.
or TikTok, and I'm like, where are these people coming from?
Moneybag Yo was here. Like,
Moneybag-
Yes,
Yeah.
I know, and I'm like, yo, and Shaq was here the other day,
Yeah.
or not the other day, but like
Well,
a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
At like a hookah shop, and I'm like, where are they coming from?
yeah.
John Jones was at a bar here. My friend had like he took a picture with him, and he said he
Yes.
was drunk.
And then
Oh, I
and also
I bet.
Marab was here for our,
Yeah,
the
Marab,
last
yeah.
I got a
Lubbock
picture with
show.
him.
Yeah.
I finally got a picture with him when I went to Syndicate to his gym.
Oh, you went to
Oh,
Syndicate?
Yeah,
Wow.
because I got invited to the UFC PI
That's
for a
fucking
weekend,
sick.
and I went to his gym and I started I trained out there for the day, and he was there, and I was like,
Fangirl.
I was starstruck.
He's strong.
Yes, dude, it's like
His
wrestling
hands
a
are
rock.
Huge.
Oh fuck!
It was like wrestling a rock, and I was like grabbing his neck, and I'm like, I can't do it.
you're just like, dude, what are you?
I got thrown around like the whole time, but I didn't care. I was rolling with him.
That is so cool to be able to be like, I'll roll to Marab. That's cool.
Yes.
How is his cardio? Is it as crazy as what people say? Like it's just
He did like 3 classes in a row, bro.
I'm sorry, you say in a row, consecutively?
Yeah, he did practice before. He came from practice to practice, and then did another class after.
There's a reason why that man
What?
has the belt. It's that right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, literally, last time that we were literally
Yeah.
being like, we don't see Marab going anywhere for like a minute. Like,
There's some people, or when he was in New Jersey,
yeah,
I think in New Jersey,
Mhm.
there's what is his name? Funi Natakuda or something. I watched that dude fight when they were here.
yeah.
That dude's a dog.
Is he?
Yes, that
Yeah.
dude is an absolute dog.
Rod, dude. Speaking of, I was watching the fights. Rod Moore, do you know who that is? Dude, I was watching on the card. He's pretty good. He's-
Rod Moore.
Oh yeah, he's from here.
yeah, he's
Right,
from
yeah.
here. But I don't know where he's
Yes, duh. I don't know names. I know faces.
Yeah.
I suck at names.
No, I just caught a little. I caught his fight, and I was like, damn, bro, skills are pretty good. That's pretty crazy. Speaking of, what were like your idols coming up? Like, what were you like?
So like when I first started, it was obviously Shannon and Danielle who first like
The
really
first
just
two, shout out
starstruck
Coach
me.
Shannon.
Yes.
And then,
When I first started coming up, it was when I first started getting into it and watching it, it was Ronda Rousey, Cyborg. Not so much Ronda Rousey, but she was like one of the very first ones I saw fight.
Yeah.
But she was, and then there was Cyborg, Holly Holmes, Karate Hottie, and there was another one. And Rose Namajunas.
Oh, she's the thug. Yeah.
Yes.
Thug
Those
Rose.
4 were like the women I looked up to I still do,
Oh,
for the longest time. Like that was like it and them. And Khabib Nurmagomedov.
really?
That was, he is my favorite and still my favorite. Like them, all 5 of them were the people I watched all the time. And like, yeah, I knew the other fighters and stuff, but like
Yeah.
just because of how young I was and who I first saw fight were those people, I was starstruck by them. I still am.
That's crazy. I bet that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Side
I
note.
watched their whole career.
Just that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Growing
that's
up watching
true.
their whole career.
Yeah,
And everything.
that's crazy.
Not just end, but like still now,
Yeah.
even then.
Yeah.
But like in their beginning and their middle. Like that's,
Like their prime time to the end of the kind of not
Mhm.
end, I would say, but kind of the die out of what
Yeah.
they're doing. That's actually pretty cool, to be honest with you. Because like Ronda Rousey, she had a good run when she was coming.
Yeah.
Had
Same
that
thing.
signature armbar.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
I
like-
love
Everybody
that.
did it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I love doing arm bars. Arm bars are my jam.
She's like, I love him. She's like, I can just land them. She's like, they're great. Arm bars. Oh fuck, man. Yeah, if you can get them, man, they're good. They're good.
Yeah, those are all the fighters that I really looked up to. There's more men fighters that I looked up to, but like just since the beginning, those have been the people I've looked up to. And Cowboy Cerrone.
Shout out Cowboy Cerrone.
Mm-hmm.
He's cold.
Yep.
He did his thing for sure whenever he had his run. I think, yeah, man, Thug Rose, she was cool. Yes, Cerrone, man. He was champion for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He fought McGregor. I was in Las Vegas when they fought the second
Dang.
time.
Really?
And I've never liked McGregor.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off the bandwagon
Oh.
lately.
He's
yeah.
been falling off the
yeah,
bandwagon.
yeah,
That CTE.
Like just from
Ooh.
the beginning, he was never my fighter.
yeah. He
So,
kind of.
It's just like when I think I was for a different federation, I was in Las Vegas for nationals. I think I was 13 or 12.
That's crazy.
One of those two. But I ended up doing kickboxing and stuff, and we watched the weigh-ins outside of the MGM
No way.
Stadium. Or
That
no,
was
the
cool.
T-Mobile Stadium.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was probably iconic.
Yeah, we saw McGregor walk in, and we were watching on the big screen outside that they had one year, and I got a shirt and a poster.
That's
Heck yeah.
sick.
And we actually gave Mateo a poster.
That's fire.
A what? Don't know what she said, but a card. We gave him something, and I remember that year because I came back from Vegas and I gave it to him, and I remember having a shirt too. I was just so proud of myself. I was like, I watched people walk in to the
That's
T-Mobile
fire.
Stadium.
That's cool. So it was the Cowboy and
Cowboy, Cerrone, and McGregor.
Dang, that was cool.
I'll
That
never
was-
forgive myself for paying the $80 and watching 43 seconds.
Aww.
I mean, it was sad. It was so sad.
I
I
went to-
hated watching every minute of it, or every second of it. But
Bro, that's tough. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I ain't gonna lie. That's where my dad would take me.
Really?
When I was younger, he would take me to Buffalo Wild Wings
Oh.
to watch the fights.
We still
Um,
go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I get all my posters from.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Same.
I collect
Oh.
all my posters because I feel like one day I'm gonna see them all in one room and be like, I was watching you even before you knew it.
That's crazy. I'd be such a baller moment too, because you could be like, you don't even know it, but I know you.
You don't even know, but I know you. I've known you since like I was 10. I have your posters.
It's like sign it.
Please.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because was it when Cerrone and Cowboy fought? He was packing out his weigh-ins at the time, wasn't he? I think.
I think Cowboy Cerrone was towards his end. Like
Towards
he
his
was
end?
gonna.
Yeah.
I think he retired a little
Shortly
after that fight.
Yeah, I think it was like his next fight after he
And then
retired.
McGregor was like in and out with Khabib that whole time. So,
That was crazy.
the
I
whole
th-
bus thing.
yeah.
oh,
I mean,
That was wild. He really got under.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently McGregor, they were saying that he only trained like 2 times a week for that fight, and I was like, that's stupid. I don't know why you do that.
He's
but-
a little
Yeah.
off the deep end, but
I don't
he
know.
just was never my fighter. I just always loved Khabib no matter what.
He had it's crazy. His run was wild, and I think coming from such a remote part of Russia and how he grew it to where it's at now is like insane. Because like anytime you add like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
a Russian name to it, people are like, oh, fuck.
no, the whole Dagestani arc is just insane because now you
Yeah.
have, who was it? Umar? You
Yeah.
got
Umar
in there.
Nurmagomedov,
Yeah.
Usman, and then you have
Islam too, right?
Islam, and you have
They have another guy that's in like the PFL or whatever right now.
yeah,
doing-
that's Usman.
Usman. Okay, yeah.
He's in
No,
Bellator.
that's Umar.
Umar.
No,
Wait, no, I think
Umar's the
there's
one in
He's in the UFC.
UFC, and then Usman
Usman.
is the one.
He's
the
in Bellator,
155,
I
yeah.
think.
Okay, yeah. I think that's crazy to have that. That stat. It's pretty dope.
Their
Yeah.
their stats out of that camp, I think it's like, well, now it's 2 because of Umar and his fight with Murad, but I think it's like 39-2.
Dude,
Or
yeah. And it's crazy.
55-2, something
Everyone
like that.
coming from that region just seems to be a really dominant wrestler. Because was it like Georgiaria is not too far or something like that?
Have you seen the way they
Georgia?
trained?
Dude, Georgiarians? Or was it
Georgia?
Georgia.
Georgia? Is it Georgiarian? Or Georgia? I don't know.
Georgia?
Is it Georgia? Bro, I didn't want to say that wrong because I was in Georgia. Damn. CTE.
Yeah, Georgia.
Damn,
That's where
dumb.
Marab's from. I see even the people at my youth competitions, they're very heavily, because Russia doesn't compete in IMAF, but they did the year before I went.
Really?
Yeah, they had Russia and China the year before I went.
Oh, wow.
That was really weird.
But, they
But
just
then
stopped?
after, they just didn't come. So just seeing people from Georgia and Armenia and those Caucasian countries, they're very wrestling heavy.
I bet.
They are strong. they are very dominant in that area.
That's crazy.
Dude, I watched a 30-minute documentary one time. They're carrying boulders up mountains.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's-
it's a very like
What?
it's not like super developed most parts, and so what they do is they train on the mountainside all the time, or they go outside on the playgrounds and do pull-ups and arm dips, and that's how they train
That's so
in the
that's-
mountains.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
they're just like
And their cardio and like watching kids my age and younger from that region, their cardio is off the roof.
Bro, I bet because they're at higher altitude and you're just doing these like really old school kind of like workouts, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's just what do you
Just
mean?
like
Back
what
to
you
the
see
basics.
Khabib do
Yeah,
in those promo videos when he was still fighting. That's what they do.
that's crazy. I think that's so dope.
Just
though,
a different
too.
region.
Yeah, I think that's so dope because they're wrestling so good, so good. But that's cool. You can actually like say that. Yeah, no, like these guys are.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, and that's also coming from like other regions, like on the other side of Russia, all this Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, all the other stands I can't pronounce.
Yeah,
But like, I feel like their hard work and drive is a lot more than North and South American
I can see that.
type of stuff because like, going out there, I had to realize that some of these kids, this is all they have. This is what they live and train for. Their countries pay for their fight camp.
so it's like the hunger's different.
The drive
Yeah.
is different, but I just had to want it more.
That's crazy.
It's always about who wants it more
Yeah,
and
that
what
makes
will
sense.
show, what you'll do, what you're gonna do to be able to achieve that.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think that's
Athlete mentality.
yeah, I know, yeah, for
True
sure.
athlete mentality.
Yeah, because they're not necessarily like they won't say underdeveloped, but like they just don't have certain benefits,
Certain
or
resources or stuff like that, but they just
wanna
work
get it done.
harder.
Yeah, they just want to get it done.
That's what I see a lot of, and just their culture in general. They're very serious and not serious, but stoic
Yeah.
in a way.
Oh yeah, for sure, 110%.
Yeah.
Especially like the Kazakhstan. There's that one dude.
Tajikistan?
Or Tajikistan.
Yeah, Tajikistan.
Tajikistan. Okay. There's that one dude from here who.
No, Tajikistan. Or Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
Talking about
Kazakhstan.
Talking about
Dalet?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love Dalet.
yeah,
He's my
he's-
buddy.
Oh, he's so OG, dude. He's so. You mean he's just like very like, what's up, bro?
He's such a big teddy bear,
Yeah,
though.
he's so cool. He's such a
Like,
good dude.
He's so nice.
Strong.
Yeah, I love
Very
him.
strong.
Yes, he's very strong. Him and his family are amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I haven't met his family or nothing like that. I just trained with him a couple times, especially when I was over there, NTZ or whatever. He's really just humble dude, really quiet to
Yeah,
himself.
yes, he's very humble. He's very nice, and he's a good fighter. He's
Yeah.
a dang good fighter.
Oh yeah, he's one of those ones that I can see him definitely making it.
Yes.
Because he's already fighting for Fury.
Yes, he is,
So,
yeah.
so like,
And he's been on a good run.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Because if he gets on, I think there's only like a couple of Kazakhstan fighters in the UFC roster. I think only maybe like 2 or 3, if I'm not wrong. I know it's not a whole lot. It's like maybe
Yeah.
it's a very, very small. So if he makes it, I think that would be pretty
Yeah.
baller for him and his.
I think that's really
He has
good.
a cousin. I think a cousin, brother.
Brother?
His name's Alex, and he is a very good boxer.
Really,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah,
Maybe
dude.
his cousin.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is his cousin.
Cousin? Okay, that's sick, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that area is dope. Even their boxing is actually really crisp too.
The
That's where
Soviet
Triple
style
G's from.
boxing, yes.
That's so dope.
I
The
like
little pounds.
Soviet style.
Yeah, the way you pounce on that is so crazy. The pounds on the foot is dope. I feel like it's just fluid. It's so fluid.
Yeah, I love seeing different types of regions compete. Like when I went to Worlds, it was just like watching everybody from different countries, my age and younger,
Just do their
is just
thing.
do their thing, and what like everybody like just coming from different regions, a part of the world, all over Middle East, reaching the Mediterranean, towards Europe, here, South America, all these people coming from everywhere, just watching their fight styles and what regions really stick out to me. All of them, like it's a surreal thing. Just I love watching all these kids. I say kids, they're like my age, like you're younger than me.
it's just
But
you
like
know.
still, it's still really nice to watch people, and like compared to the UFC because it's the best of the kids and it's the best of the best you can get. That.
Yeah.
And so like it's just I love seeing the similarities and watching other people compete in the sport I love.
Oh yeah, it's so dope. I think that's cool. Yeah, for sure. Because there's the different regions, seeing the way they train, like South America compared to what we do and everything too. I bet that's so dope. I think, how we're saying it, it's an art. So seeing the different expressions of it, another way, how they train, how they go about things is pretty dope, honestly.
Yeah, I just love seeing it.
I bet. I think having that experience is pretty cool. Yeah, because it is like the best. You're a good way to put it. Like it's the best of the best, and it's the best you can get type thing. You know what I mean? You're really putting them in a bracket, and you're like, go at it.
Yeah, literally.
That's crazy. Do you ever like? You said you get nerves. What was like the most nervous I guess you felt whenever you were competing, or did you ever have any kind of like, damn, we're going against like a Russian. This is gonna be crazy. Or like I'm going.
I can't let that get to me. So I think the most I've been ever nervous was not including this past weekend because it's totally different.
Totally different.
But like
thing.
just in general, I think the most I really think of was last year when I went against the Ukrainian and I beat her in the first round.
That's
because
crazy.
she's a 3-time European champion for IMAF, and she's also a 2-time national champion for her country. So just knowing that and going into the finals with her was like kind of really nerve-wracking. But then I did it. So then
she was like, "Wow!"
Yeah, basically, and
Top
it was
dog.
like it was just I think for me that was the most like not scared, but like the most concerned I've been about a fight ever.
You were like, "Damn, this girl!" Like, oh,
I was
that's
like,
crazy.
"Damn, this girl's good." But then she was like, she's as tall as my mom, if not. I
That's
think she was
crazy.
taller than my mom.
She was tall.
She was like close to 5'9".
Ooh.
I think she was
geez.
5'9".
man.
Dang.
She was taller than me when we were standing on the podium.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez.
Damn.
I was in first place. She was in second, and she was still taller than me.
God, what the? Oh, she was big. So
Yeah,
she's
I
like,
think I have a
damn.
picture, but I remember that being so scared all the time, and I was like, I couldn't let that get to me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. You can, I don't know, just be able to carry yourself at that level of competition and have such a cool mind about it. I feel like some people choke under pressure, but it feels like I think when you're competing in this sport, the pressure is what I think,
drives you.
Yeah, it's what drives you. I think, actually, Brett,
You work that much harder.
pressure is everything. I feel
Yeah,
like
if you want to be the best, then you got to train like the best.
110%.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's where whenever I started, I was just always like, I had that mentality, just like, man, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna do this, I don't want to do it like half-ass type thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna actually do it, just go hard in it, you know. I've always been told if you're gonna do it, put your heart into it, go hard. You know, just don't ever do anything
Yeah.
half-heartedly when you do it.
Yeah. If you want something that bad, you got to put everything that you have into it.
Oh yeah.
And I've always lived by that because like my lifestyle is fighting
Yeah.
and God and everything. It's just I live and breathe it.
That's fair. That's dope.
And I think that's what got me that far in my youth competitions, especially
Mm-hmm.
because I did whatever it took in that moment, even before and leading up to it, to get to
Yeah.
where I needed to.
That's facts. It's like you knew what to do under the pressure. You didn't executed the vision.
Yeah.
What would you give it like to people coming up in the MMA realm, or even people your age? What would you say is like your best advice you could give to them type thing to be able to be like, if this is really what you want to do, then you at least need to do X, Y, Z.
I mean, we're still kids. Like, even like a year older than me, we're still kids. Like 19, 20, we're still kids.
Facts.
And for me, it always had to do with your mindset. If you don't have a good mindset, like that is the biggest thing. In general, if you have the slightest doubt in your mind, or if you have something that creeping up, thinking, if you vision yourself, oh, I think I'm going to lose, or like he has a good leg kick, he might land a couple, then he will land a couple. Like, you have to believe in yourself that much. And not just in yourself, you have to put faith into your training, and your training has to be good.
Facts.
It's just always mindset for me, and treating your body, because the Bible says treat your body like a temple, so treat it like a temple. Treat your body like a temple and treat your mind very well. Like, I wouldn't, if I let the nerves get to me and I didn't have a strong mindset, and if I didn't have a strong will, then I probably would have lost. And it has a lot to do with my parents because my parents have been there since day one.
Shout out parents.
And they always, if I didn't have good discernment, they were the discernment for me.
Amen. That's good. No, you need that.
And it's always good to have one, if not both parents, be in your corner and do what's best for you.
I 110%.
Because you can't travel by yourself when you're 16, 17, or at least have a good coach.
No.
That understands your mind.
That's facts. It's crazy. I think that's true because having that kind of support goes a long way when you're younger. When I was younger, my dad dipped when I was pretty young, when I was like 10, right? And then I left home at a pretty young age. I think I was like 16, 7. I don't know. I was young. I was really young. Yeah, so I just had to figure life out really quick. But I will say a lot of the wisdom and everything that I did learn was from combat sports.
Yeah.
Was from bike riding.
It has a lot of helping of it's just good for you, in my opinion. Not taking it out on a bag is pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
If it's not on a bag, then somebody
She's like,
who agrees. Who agrees. But like I feel like it's good for your mental health, not just like combat sports in general, but working out.
Yeah, the
being
discipline of
proactive,
it,
just doing something, going for a walk, a hike. That's why I always said strong mind is the best thing you can have.
I completely agree with that. So we're actually coming to the end of the episode. So if you want, you can give yourself a little shout out your sponsors, do whatever you want to do, give a little advice to the world type thing.
All right. I just want to say like thank you this past weekend to all the people who came out to see me, who streamed and everything. To all my sponsors. I cannot think of them right now, but I just I'm so grateful that I was able to have my debut here in Lubbock, Texas, and shout out to Peak for getting me a fight, and
shout out Peak.
shout out to my mom. She's always there for me. She does everything, not for me, but she does everything with me.
Shout out Mama Cheryl. See, she's great.
And yeah.
Amen.
And God, everything's because of him, and everything is for him.
Shit, amen to that. I pray.
Amen.
Amen. So gonna give yourself a little outro.
Man, I was trying to think of an outro to think of, but honestly, I don't have anything to say except enjoy the little things, embrace the hardships, and get shit done.
Amen. It is your boy, Tail Kings. Y'all go ahead and stream More Than I Should. Music video dropping soon. Shout out BPM Productions.
That
Daniel
part
over there. They're hard. But yeah, thank you, Joy, for coming out. Thank you for being part of it.
for having
such a
me,
pleasure
all of
talking to
you.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It was great. But yeah, shit, signing out. Appreciate it.
I'ma pull up to your spot in my drop top, take you out to my spot. I don't understand why you fucking with that guy. You